It's a problem that all parents face at some point when raising your child. From time to time, all children can show some obnoxious behavior. But how do we as parents deal with it? Well, this morning, Master Mom Amanda Olson is here with advice on what to do when your child becomes a little obnoxious. This is a universal problem. Let's just throw that all of our cards on the table right there. This is something that we all have to face.
Absolutely, you know, and it's easy to get caught in the trap of becoming obnoxious back at them. You know, like you just kind of feed and fuel that flame a little bit. So, you know, when that happens, and when I say obnoxious, you think about, you know, I think about being disrespectful or being sassy or stomping their foot, you know, just behavior that's rude.
Acting out.
Acting out, you know, and that can kind of trigger in us that getting upset. And what we want to do is not fuel that, because when a child is acting like that, what they're the button they're pushing in you is they want you to be upset just like they are.
Right.
You know, and if you don't allow yourself to get upset like they are, they kind of, you know, lose that sense of this is working for me. You know, it's, well, Mom's not really that upset that I stomped my foot. She completely ignored me, you know. You know, well, that was boring. You know, but if Mom gets, you know, why are you doing that? You know, they do it right back at you, you know, then it becomes this like, okay, this is, now you're miserable just like me, so fine.
Right. And that's what, sometimes that's their goal, is they, like you said, they want to make you miserable just like they're miserable.
Yeah.
So what do you advise? What do you say when that behavior presents itself? What do you suggest?
Well, I think that if it's, you know, if it's a one-time thing, the kid just got upset, you know, it's not like habitual. Right. You know, you just say, hey, you know, that was not the way we act. You know, if you act like that again, here's the consequence.
Right.
You know, but if it's something that's been ongoing, it might have just slowly escalated, and now all of a sudden you've got this problem that every time you say, you know, put your clothes away, it's a battle, or get ready for school.
Right.
You know, then we have to kind of step back and say, all right, we need some new strategies here. Right. You know, and what you want to do is make sure that you check yourself, take a breath, count to 10. You know, and I'm sorry you chose that. You know, that behavior, we've talked about it, is not right. I'm sorry that you've chosen timeout. Or I'm sorry that you've chosen to go to bed early. Or I'm sorry that you can't go out with your friends this weekend.
So you got to make them understand there are consequences for their actions.
Yeah, and when they act like that, they're choosing that negative consequence. Just like, you know, make sure you always have the positive side too. You know, I asked you to clean your room, you did it the first time. Boy, oh boy, do we need to reward that.
Yes, everybody needs a pat on the back every once in a while, but also someone, you need to make sure that there's also some discipline there as well when it's needed.
Absolutely, you know, and it's not correct behavior, and it's not okay if they act out like that or obnoxious or talk back. You know, I'll have sometimes even, you know, kids, the parents will say, go get your bag, you know, at the school, and you get it. Well, that needs to be addressed immediately. Yes. And, you know, you don't go get their bag, but then sometimes in public you'd like, well, I just want to get out of here. And say, you know, if you don't get your bag, don't forget what the consequence is. You can say that in public.
And I've found, you know, I have two boys, and they're completely different. And you have to each individual situation that comes up, you have to treat differently if you have different children. So this is something you pretty much have to play by ear sometimes. Right,
and sometimes, you know, they call it the look. You know, sometimes you can just look at them and they know, okay, I've passed that line. Or counting to 3 is actually a really good tool. They know that when you get to that number 3, you know, that better just not happen. You know, and I remember one time at the school, at the martial arts school, a little guy was acting out, you know, and it was at a little day camp that we were having, and everybody had kind of tried to corral him in, and I said, all right, 1, 2, and he looked at me like, you know, just fear, like something bad's going to happen if she gets to 3, and he straightened up, and I told the parent, I said, you know, that's a really great technique, it's working. We didn't have to get to a punishment point.
And speaking of the Martial Arts Academy, you were telling me that you all have something very special going on this week for Easter.
Yeah, we've got a limited number, but we do have Easter baskets for anybody who's, you know, ages 4 to 10. You know, that works out really good. That wants to give martial arts a try. Kind of a fun way to do it. We've got, you can come pick up. They're free. Easter baskets. baskets. They've got some treats and Easter treats, and then also a couple of free weeks of lessons. So it's just kind of a fun thing to do extra for Easter if you'd like to stop by the Academy and pick one up.
And the great thing about the Academy, teaching respect, discipline, all those things that we talked about today.
Yeah, partnering with the parents to help
exactly right.
create a happy and harmonious home.
There we go. Master Mom Amanda Olson, thank you so much. We got some information for you right there at the bottom of the screen. It is askmastermom.com for more information. And we'll be back with more Daytime Tri-Cities in just a few moments.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by...
Are you looking for